What is the guy just
There was no chance it could ever be in the hole. No chance.
Buttons in front of Chris Ferguson.
We paid to take the ball in the hole, but there was no chance.
David Benjamin and Phil Ivey have a lot of history. They both play in the big game in Vegas together.
3,000.
And he's got ace-3 of clubs here.
Now we go to the ugly story.
Cool.
Another ace from Tom Dwan. Cool from Phil.
Yeah, he makes it 3,000. This time he's got a real hand.
About even for 5-6 holes.
And Ivey's going to call. Action back to Benjamin. He's not going to play this. Ivey with the ducks.
Cool.
Actually, Benjamin is going to play this. Pardon me.
Ace, 7, ace.
And the pot is 10,700. And might Dwan get himself in trouble here with 2 aces out there? Obviously, 1 ace you probably get away from it. 2 aces though, can you get yourself in trouble?
Wow, what a turn card that is!
Oh, that is a magical turn card.
The question is David Benjamin going to get himself into trouble?
And of course, he's got the trip aces.
He can't be too happy with his kicker if it gets too expensive, though.
Exactly. If this pot gets very big, you know, what can you beat with ace-3?
5,600.
The thing facing Durr now is how does he play it? Pretty sure that Phil's going to be out of this with his deuces.
Yeah, not much for him there.
Looks like he's going for a raise.
Well, he's going to try to build this pot up a little bit, extract maximum value from Benjamin. Now this checked around on the flop. And as you called it, Ivey quickly out, and we are heads up between David Benjamin with the trip aces. Tom Dwan with a full house. A magical turn for Dwan. Pot is $33,500. Action back to David Benjamin.
Yeah.
And he's going to call this. He knows that Dwan can be making a move.
Take back. I'm not a professional.
17.
So he calls. I think he wants to find out whether Tom's going to fire again on the river.
Of course.
That 7 means that David Benjamin goes in front with aces full. It's not a mystery for Tom Dwan, though.
No, of course, just sickening, sickening river there.
The only hand that David Benjamin could be losing to are ace-10 and 2 7s. So he can be feeling pretty confident right now.
I would imagine, and Benjamin's going to bet this, it looks like. And if you're Dwan, you just got to be sick. Great turn, awful river.
I think if I was David Benjamin, I'd have to check it. The only way he's going to get any action in this pot.
28,000.
I was actually going to ask you that. If you're Benjamin, do you check it? Because the only hand that you can actually beat is pocket 10s.
Exactly. And I don't think Tom's going to bet again. His only chance is to get someone who's bluffing. Maybe try and represent pocket jacks or pocket 9s or something. You wanted to see what the what Tom Dwan's going to do. Give him a chance to fire another bullet if he's bluffing. But the truth is, I think once that river card's come down, the action's over.
Button in front of Zygmunt. Tom Dwan, our big winner so far, is first to act.
Raise, 2,000.
Tom Dwan raises it up. Oh, ace-queen this time. Legitimate hand.
Raise.
You get a re-raise from Patrick, and this is the second 3-bet of the match, both of them from Patrick Antonius.
Queen down of clubs. He's actually technically dominated right now, but he's got position on Tom Dwan.
Mike, you were saying he wanted to use frozen paintballs.
Frozen paintball.
I don't think we'll see a 4-bet, but we could.
Cool.
No, just a call. We're too deep for a 4-bet there.
Heads up between the heavyweights.
King 3 10. Check or bet.
King 10-3 rainbow.
Well, both players flopped a gut shot, a jack for a straight, but of course that would put Tom Dwan in the driver's seat.
Yeah, jack would be an absolutely awful card for Antonius, but he might not. We might not get there.
I was going to say, he's reaching for his chips. This is actually a pretty tough call for Tom Dwan, especially from a player like Patrick Antonius has already showed strength pre-flop by re-raising.
11,000.
That's a little more than 2/3 of the pot.
Problem is, even with that one overcard, even if you hit your ace, you don't know if you're good.
Yeah, that's true too. That's the other problem. Be surprised if we see anything but a fold here from Tom Dwan, but you know, sometimes these guys will float a flop in this kind of situation.
When you say float, what do you mean?
Well, when you float a flop, is basically when you're calling to bluff another street. So you may not have anything, but if you think you can take the other player off of his hand, sometimes you do that. Usually you see a float in position, though. Tom Dwan out of position this time.
Check.
Well, the check from Dwan over to Antonius.
Check.
Oh
there's a
my
jack.
gosh. Wow. That elusive jack.
Oh, and that's the card. That's the gin card. Both players make their straight.
We're going to definitely see fireworks here. That's for sure.
Antonius has far from the nuts, though, right now. Doesn't have the nut straight, and there's also a paired board out there.
Yeah, I don't think that'll save him, though. The stack sizes were a lot deeper than this. That might save him, but the stack sizes aren't deep enough for him to get away from this. If Durr leads at this pot, we're going to see a big raise from Patrick Antonius, and then an all-in or a call if he's already all-in from Durr. Yeah, I don't see how Patrick Antonius can get away from this, especially the way the hand came down.
Back over to Dwan.
So he's going to bet around 25,000, 26, 27, something in there. That's to bet as much as possible.
23,400.
There's the bet from Dwan.
I love it. 2/3 of the pot.
23,400.
Yeah, I think more times than not, you're going to take a chance this way this hand's come down. You're going to take a chance and raise here with Patrick Antonius' hand. Maybe something like almost a min raise. 50,000, 60,000, something like that from Patrick Antonius.
You're the pro, Robert, but I just don't see a raise here. I'm just wondering, if you raise, what kind of value are you going to get? What kind of hands will call you if you raise?
Well, believe it or not, you can get called by a lot of hands here. You can get called by ace-king. You can get called by king-jack. I mean, there's a lot of king-10. You might even get paid off by 2 queens. I don't know. 2 aces definitely going to get paid off. I think there's enough hands within Tom Dwan's range here that I've got to raise this like a vast majority of the time.
We'll see what Antonius does.
I mean, obviously I can see he shouldn't, but I'd be shocked if we didn't see a raise here.
Yeah, it looks like he definitely is going to raise. He's in your camp. There's the raise. It's a hefty one.
I call.
Straight.
Oh, wow, and just a call from Tom Dwan.
It's a quick call from Dwan. He's going to like what he sees.
Wow, I'm really surprised we didn't see an all-in from Tom Dwan there.
$183,700. Go over to Durr.